All right, let's jump right in and explore the ultimate financial what-if of the last decade. Today's explainer unpacks a singular $60 decision from 2013 that literally split reality into two drastically different financial universes. It's a story about gaming, digital currency, and the incredible weight of opportunity cost.
Part 113 Decision, a $60 choice. So, to really wrap our heads around opportunity cost, I want you to picture yourself as a teenager in a gaming room back in 2013. It's kind of the ultimate hypothetical question, right? The one that absolutely haunts gamers and novice investors alike. What if, instead of grabbing the biggest game release of the entire year, you bought into this obscure digital currency? Imagine holding a glossy copy of GTA 5 in one hand, while the logo for Bitcoin flashes in your mind. Two entirely different paths, sitting right there in front of you.
$60. That was the exact budget you needed in your pocket to grab a brand new, highly anticipated copy of GTA 5. And look, for a teenager in 2013, $60 was absolutely no small amount. We're talking saved up allowance, birthday money, or maybe wages from a grueling part-time job. But the reward? Well, the reward was that immediate dopamine hit of consumerism, bringing the game home, popping it into the console, and getting completely lost in a massive virtual world for hundreds of hours.
But here's where it gets crazy. At that exact same time in 2013, the price of a single Bitcoin was hovering right around $100. Let that sink in. That means your $60 video game budget could have purchased roughly 0.6 of a Bitcoin. The barrier to entry was highly accessible. It was sitting right there, literally at the exact same level as a quick trip to your local game store.
Part 2, Split Timeline, a tale of two paths.
This perfectly illustrates what I like to call the sliding doors reality of personal finance. Over on the consumer timeline, you spend that $60, you take the game home, secure your immediate thrill, and consume the value in the moment. And yeah, it's wildly entertaining, for sure, but it's finite. Now jump over to the investor timeline. You skip the game, you take that exact same $60 and you buy an asset. No virtual car chases, no instant gratification, just the quiet, steady discipline of holding.
As we map this whole thing out, we start at that initial 2013 decision and push forward into those intervening years. For a gamer, those years are filled with game updates, maybe even buying the exact same title again on newer consoles, all while the original physical disc just gathers dust on a shelf. Meanwhile, the investor? They're facing this absolute roller coaster of extreme market volatility and brutal crypto winters. They're forced to hold strong while the underlying asset just slowly gains mainstream traction. And as the years roll by, the gap in value between these two timelines widens drastically.
Part 3. Fast forward, the final result.
All right, we've arrived at the present day, and it's time to look at the hard numbers. That celebrated, incredible video game has inevitably aged into an outdated disc with a resale value of, what, maybe $5? But that zero point 0.6 Bitcoin? Today, it has exploded into tens of thousands of dollars. That initial $60 allocation literally multiplied exponentially. I mean, it completely, utterly dwarfs the consumer purchase.
And what does that explosive growth actually represent in the real world? It represents a massive leap toward financial freedom. Now, okay, it might not buy you a private jet outright, but that single decision generated a bedrock asset. We are talking about tens of thousands of dollars that could serve as a substantial down payment on a house, fund extensive world travel, or provide the seed capital to start your own business. The contrast is just staggering, isn't it? A used video game sitting on a shelf versus a literal cornerstone of financial independence.
Part 4. The real lesson. Spotting opportunities.
Look, we can't change the past. Kicking ourselves over some missed 10-year-old investment or wishing we had a time machine just isn't productive. Because the core lesson of this explainer, it isn't actually about GTA. Honestly, it isn't even really about Bitcoin. It is entirely about training your mind to look past that immediate consumer gratification. It's about spotting the massive financial opportunities that might be sitting right in front of you today, completely disguised as simple, everyday choices.
So take a second and picture yourself looking out at your own financial horizon right now. The wealth-building opportunities of the next decade, they're out there. They are waiting for you to notice them. The only question left to ask yourself is, when you face your own $60 choice today, what will you choose next? Thank you so much for hanging out with me for this explainer. Keep your eyes open, stay curious, and make sure you're subscribed so you never miss our next deep dive into the financial stories that shape our world. Catch you next time.